Sponsored by Paul Attaway, author. Don't miss your chance to grab a copy of The Perfect Beach Read, which is set right here in Charleston, and meet the author as well. We welcome Paul Attaway to our local author spotlight. Paul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We're thrilled to have you. This is your new book, Eli's Redemption, and this is the sequel to what was your first book?
Blood in the Lowcountry.
Blood in the Lowcountry. So the theme with these, I love reading about things that take place in Charleston.
Right.
Scenes that we know and recognize, and that's what you've done here.
That is correct. So these books are set in Charleston, and they take place in the 1970s, and this is a sequel to my first book.
Okay, and what the first one, we were talking during the commercial break, you knew when you wrote the first one that you were going somewhere with this series.
I had an idea that it could become a series, and I planted a few things in the first book that gave me a launching off point for the second book. And in the first book, we meet the Atkins family. It's Monty and Rose and their two boys, Eli and Walker. And everything is perfect in their life. You know, they belong to Wapu Country Club, and they vacation at Kiowa Island, and he has a thriving small legal practice, and everything is great until it's not. And there's a murder that takes place in their community, and it's off-scene. I don't glorify it or glamorize it in any way. But we have a hunt for the killer. And so in the first book, he's the protagonist, the father, and his worldview of, you know, Protestant work ethic and family and attending church is completely tested. And as is his marriage, and he stands to lose his business and his relationship with his sons and his life as well. I don't want to ruin the ending, but there are a lot of twists and turns. But Eli is one of the sons, and he has to flee in book one to escape murder charges, and he's innocent. And the reader knows this, so I'm not ruining anything there. But I had a lot of positive feedback to the first book, and everyone wanted to know, well, what happened to Eli?
Right.
Yeah, where did Eli?
You can't just send him away. We need to know.
So I go, yeah, I kind of was hoping people would ask that question, and so that was the genesis for book two, Eli's Redemption. So yes, it takes place in Charleston, but a large portion of it also occurs in the Bahamas because Eli has to flee.
Okay, so he flees to the Bahamas.
He flees the Bahamas, but he thinks that he'll be there for a week, a couple of months maybe, while the real killer is found. And as it turns out, he ends up being there for over 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So he has to effectively create a new life. And he's miserable because what's happened is he's lost his freedom. He cannot be who he is.
He's stuck there.
And he wants to build a life, and he meets a young girl, and he wants to, you know, start a family, but he's haunted by his past, and so he has to confront it. And so along the way, he gets entangled with a genuine bad guy. Got to have a good bad guy. And he's a golf prodigy. So we have a great relationship between him and this old Scottish golfer who also has some sorrow in his life. And the two of them come together, coach and student, mentor, mentee, if that's a word, and they form a great relationship. But you know, no good beach read, no good thriller is truly a thriller without some twists and turns along the way. And so I hope that people that read the book have as much fun reading it as I did writing it.
Well, I'm sure just listening to you tell us this tale, sitting here in a few minutes, that we're eager to get our hands on it and read it and see what happens. A great opportunity. You have a launch event. It's June 21st, 5:30 in the evening at Buxton Books.
That is correct.
People get a chance to meet you. Tell me more.
Buxton Books is if you support local independent bookstores, which everyone I hope they would. We do. Buxton Books is a great store. We're having a book signing and a book launch, so I'll be there being interviewed by the owner, Polly Buxton, and often opportunity to sign the books and ask me any questions that you might have. I see
wine and cheese from Goat, Sheep, Cow when you go as well. So the launch is the 21st. If someone wants to go online right now, is this for sale?
It is. It is for sale. You can go to my website and all these different places to buy it. Of course, Buxton. Amazon. Amazon is a reality. Also, bookshop.org is a place where you can buy it, and that will support local independent bookstores as well.
That's wonderful. We'll have to check that out. next? What are you working on? You told me that yesterday you sat down to type out the first chapter of what looks like will be three of the series.
That's right. So this is a series, and I have a recurring theme. If I had to pick one recurring theme, it's the struggle to live your life freely, and all sorts of things can bind us. And in the first book, our characters were bound, and they break free. And in this book, Eli is not free to live his life, but he's redeemed. He manages to break free. So book 3 will carry on these themes, and Eli has a brother named Walker, and so book 3 will be about Walker, and I have him probably ending up in Europe in the early 90s, maybe when the oligarchs are starting to appear on the scene. But it will be so yesterday I wrote chapter 1. I know chapter 1, and I can see the last scene in the book. And so now I have to get them there.
It's just the gray part in between.
That's right, exactly.
You're figuring out. Paul, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank
you so much. Congrats on your second book, Eli's Redemption. You can go to pauladaway.com for more information, or the Buxton book signing, which is June 21st at 5:30 p.m. And we're going to take a break. We've got more Lowcountry Live right after this.